You believe you are choosing what to focus on, but most days your attention is chosen for you. You reach for your phone with no clear intention, and minutes vanish without memory. You sit down to work, but your mind fractures before your hands even begin. This is not a lack of intelligence, and it is not a disorder. It is the natural result of living in a world that feeds on divided minds. Centuries before screens and notifications, Japanese warriors understood that the greatest threat was not the enemy in front of them, but the chaos within. Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated swordsman, wrote that hesitation is born from inner division. When the mind splits, action weakens. When the mind unifies, action becomes inevitable. The sword does not think, it moves. This is a story about reclaiming that unity, not through force or motivation, but through an ancient discipline known in Zen as Ichigyo Zanmai. One action, one mind, complete presence. It is the quiet way of the warrior, and it remains as relevant now as it was on the battlefield. Chapter 1. The quiet collapse of attention. Modern life trains the mind to scatter. Each sound, each image, each interruption pulls awareness away from what is directly in front of you. Over time, this fragmentation becomes your default state. You begin many things, but finish very few. You are busy, but rarely fulfilled. Zen teachers warned that a scattered mind cannot taste life fully. When attention is thin, experience becomes shallow. You may live many years, but touch very little of them deeply. This is not because life lacks meaning, but because attention never stays long enough to meet it. In ancient times, humans survived by constantly scanning for danger. This wide awareness kept them alive. But today, the same instinct is hijacked by endless stimuli. The mind remains alert without purpose, tense without threat, exhausted without progress. A warrior would never enter battle carrying unnecessary weight, yet most people carry dozens of mental burdens into every moment. Chapter 2. A young mind at war with itself. Jake was 16 when he sensed something was wrong. He was capable, curious, and intelligent, yet his results never reflected his potential. He could understand complex ideas, but only briefly, before his attention drifted away. When he studied, his hands stayed on the desk while his mind traveled elsewhere. Social media, imagined futures, passing thoughts all competed for dominance. His books stayed open, but learning rarely settled. He dreamed of greatness, of elite institutions, of proving himself. But those dreams became a refuge from effort, not a result of it. Bushido teaches that imagining victory without discipline is a form of self-deception. Jake was living in imagined triumphs while neglecting present action. Pressure grew heavier. Friends mocked his ambition. Parents urged him to focus, but no amount of encouragement could fix an untrained mind. Chapter 3. The teacher who did not chase attention. Mr. Tanaka never raised his voice. He did not need to. His calm presence created silence naturally. This was not authority imposed from outside, but order cultivated within. When Jake finally asked for guidance, the teacher did not criticize his lack of discipline. Instead, he observed his environment, how many tabs were open, where the phone rested, how often the mind tried to be elsewhere. Then he wrote 2 words on a piece of paper, Ichigyo Zanmai. It means total absorption in a single act, not concentration through force, but unity without division. In Zen, when you sweep the floor, there is no sweeper and no floor. There is only sweeping. Musashi wrote that the sword must move without hesitation, without commentary from the mind. The same principle applies to study, work, and life itself. Chapter 4. The discipline of removal. Jake learned something that surprised him. Discipline is not about doing more. It is about removing what weakens you. Samurai trained by stripping away excess until only what mattered remained. The phone was placed in another room. Notifications were silenced. Tabs were closed. One task remained. Before beginning, he took 3 slow breaths, not to relax, but to arrive fully. The mind resisted immediately. Thoughts demanded escape. This was expected. Zen does not punish wandering. It notices it and returns. Each return strengthens something invisible. Like sharpening a blade stroke by stroke, attention grew through repetition. After an hour, Jake realized he had completed more meaningful work than he usually did in days. For the first time, effort produced clarity instead of exhaustion. Chapter 5. Living without division. Ichigyo Zenmai did not remain confined to studying. Zen monks apply it to eating, walking, and speaking. Each action becomes complete when nothing else intrudes. Jake stopped eating while distracted. He stopped walking with constant noise. He stopped speaking while rehearsing his next thought. Life slowed, not because time increased, but because attention stopped leaking. Bushido teaches that a warrior must stand fully where his feet are planted. A divided warrior hesitates. A divided life fractures. Jake's grades improved steadily, but more importantly, his inner state changed. Focus became a habit, not a struggle. The system removed choice, and discipline followed naturally. Chapter 6. Pressure reveals training. When exams arrived, Jake did not rush. He entered the state deliberately. One problem, one mind, total presence. He was no longer a student trying to succeed. He was the act of solving itself. Mathematics unfolded without strain. Thought flowed without resistance. When the results returned, the change was undeniable. For the first time, outcome matched effort. Mr. Tanaka said nothing. His silence carried recognition. The warrior does not celebrate loudly. He prepares for the next moment. Chapter 7. The long path upward. Success did not erase difficulty. There were days of fatigue and doubt, but the structure remained intact. Discipline was no longer dependent on mood. Jake learned that willpower is unreliable. Systems endure. When the environment supports focus, the mind follows. At the end of the year, he applied to his dream institution without attachment. Zen teaches that clinging to outcomes weakens action. The work had already been done. When acceptance arrived, there was joy, but no shock. Victory had been decided long before the result appeared. Chapter 8. Mastery under greater weight. At university, distractions multiplied and competition intensified. Many struggled under the pressure. Jake endured. He maintained the ritual. Prepare the space, remove distractions, breathe, begin. Each day followed the same quiet structure. Musashi wrote that true mastery reveals itself under pressure. A trained mind does not panic, it adapts. Jake was not the most gifted, but he was consistent, and consistency outlasts brilliance without discipline. Chapter 9. The Ancient Path Confirmed. Modern neuroscience confirms what Zen masters taught through silence. Focused attention reshapes the brain. Each return strengthens neural pathways. Each moment of presence builds internal structure. The region responsible for impulse control and planning grows stronger. The wandering mind quiets. Focus becomes natural, not forced. This is not mysticism, it is training. Just as muscles grow through resistance, attention grows through restraint. The brain becomes what it repeatedly practices. Chapter 10. Beyond productivity. Ichigyo Zanmai is not about efficiency, it is about dignity. To eat fully, to listen fully, to live without fragmentation. Most people rush through moments as if life exists elsewhere. Zen teaches that life is nowhere else. It is here, complete, waiting for attention. Jake understood this. He carried it into his work, his relationships, his leadership, not through words, but through presence. Chapter 11. The Warrior's Final Lesson. Miyamoto Musashi wrote that the ultimate victory is victory over confusion. A focused mind does not chase, it does not rush, it stands firm. You do not need more time, you need fewer divisions. Remove what pulls you away, prepare the ground, enter the action fully. One thing, full attention. This is not a method, it is a way of walking through life. Chapter 12. The illusion of multitasking. Most people believe they are efficient because they do many things at once. But Zen teaches that multitasking is simply rapid switching, and each switch leaves a trace of fatigue. The mind does not move cleanly from one task to another, it drags fragments along. This is why you can spend an entire day working and still feel empty. Your energy is consumed not by effort, but by transition. Attention leaks at the edges. Samurai training rejected divided effort. An archer who thinks of the target, the bow, and the result misses all three. Only when action becomes whole does precision appear. Jake removed multitasking entirely. No music while reading, no messages while writing, no thinking about what comes next. At first, it felt slower, but depth replaced speed, and depth compounds. Chapter 13. Boredom as the Gate. One truth shocked Jake the most. Boredom is not an enemy, it is a doorway. When distractions are removed, the mind protests. It seeks stimulation because it has been trained to avoid stillness. Zen monks sit with this discomfort deliberately. They do not escape it, they pass through it. Beyond boredom lies clarity. Jake noticed that after 10 to 15 minutes of resistance, something shifted. The urge to escape weakened. The task became immersive. Time stopped demanding attention. Most people quit right before this threshold. They never reach the state because they flee at the gate. Chapter 14. The ego that wants credit. Another obstacle emerged quietly. The ego wanted recognition. It wanted to feel productive, intelligent, ahead of others. Zen dissolves this hunger by removing commentary. When you work without narrating your progress, effort becomes lighter. There is no audience, no comparison. Musashi warned that pride dulls perception. A warrior who seeks praise stops seeing reality clearly. Jake learned to let results speak later. During action, there was only action. Chapter 15. Silence as training. Silence became part of the discipline. Not total silence, but intentional quiet. He reduced unnecessary speech, not out of isolation, but precision. Words regained weight. Listening deepened. In Zen, silence is not emptiness. It is space where awareness sharpens. Jake noticed that calm people gravitated toward him, not because he impressed them, but because presence is rare and grounding. Chapter 16. When motivation fails. There were days when motivation vanished entirely. Zen was prepared for this. Motivation is weather. Discipline is climate. On low days, Jake did not negotiate with himself. The ritual remained unchanged. Same time, same setup, same first step. Action preceded feeling, not the other way around. This is the warrior's advantage. He does not wait to feel ready. He becomes ready by moving. Chapter 17. Pain without suffering. Focus did not eliminate difficulty, but it transformed pain. Zen distinguishes pain from suffering. Pain is unavoidable effort. Suffering is resistance to effort. By staying with the task instead of escaping it, Jake reduced internal conflict. Work became demanding, but clean. A clean struggle strengthens. A chaotic struggle drains. Chapter 18. The external world responds. Without trying to change others, Jake noticed changes around him. Teachers trusted him more. Peers relied on him. Opportunities appeared naturally. Zen explains this simply. When the inner world stabilizes, the outer world reflects it. A steady presence signals reliability. People sense it instinctively. Chapter 19. The cost of this path. This path has a price. You will feel different, slower, quieter, less reactive. Some will misunderstand your calm as distance. Others will feel exposed by it. The warrior accepts this. He does not adjust his center to ease discomfort in others. This channel is for those who wants to build discipline quietly. If that is you, hit the subscribe button.